Alright, so this morning I am going to replace my resistor and blower in a 2007 Tahoe. What mine is doing is the HVAC system works really well if you're driving. And I thought it was the blower that was kicking on and off, and I actually accidentally figured out that it clearly was the blower was not kicking on by being in a car wash, and when I was exiting the blower that was drying off the vehicle, it kicked on, and sure enough, my AC was blowing real cold, and so that told me that clearly this was not that the fan kicking on and off. It was actually just the fan not working, but the system itself cooling things well. So that's what led me here. I got this kit for I think around $55 shipped. So I went ahead and I'm replacing the resistor, and then I'm replacing the blower motor also, which is all right here, and I will update you as I claw back into this. So here's how I got the cover off. There's several videos online, but I couldn't really find one that was showed how to easily pull this cover off. So it's 3 screws in total. Mine obviously has a center console, so I took a trim tool and popped this back and just slid it back a little bit. That allowed me to reach this one with an extension, a 7mm extension. Once I loosened it with the ratchet by hand, then I was able to just twist it out. There's enough room up and down to get in there. And then I just did my other 2. Mine unfortunately is cracked on this one over here, so I'll probably plastic weld that back together before I put everything back together. Well, I found a good old zip tie on the blower, so that could be an indicator somebody's been in here. So you'll just undo these connectors on the resistor, pull that out, and like I say, while I'm here, it was so cheap for me to get the resistor and the blower. I'm just replacing both of them. I've looked through all my stuff. I think this actually takes a 5.5. I don't have a 5.5 apparently, or at least that I can get my hands on quickly. So the 732 actually works very well. So that's what we're going to use for the resistor bolts. Alright, so this just drops out. Here's the old one, little pine needle on it, next to the new one. Conceptually it looks the same. I notice there's more prongs on the new one versus the old one, but I think that's fine. The main thing is the connectors. I need to make sure the connectors are right and they look correct, so I'll reinstall this. Alright, so we've got, there's a tab right here that has to come down towards the floor, and then you turn it, you rotate it. That tab for me is really hard to get over that lip, so I'm going to use maybe a flathead screwdriver or maybe a metal trim tool to kind of pry on it. And if that works, I'll let you know what ultimately I ended up using. Yeah, so that worked. I was able to take the trim tool, grab this tab, pull down on it, and then turn it at the same time. My only concern is this thing doesn't look that bad. I'm just hoping that this fixes my issues. Well, it's a little dirty, so I'll disconnect it and throw the other one in there and let you know what I find out. Oh, actually, looking at that wire, that does not look good. All right, so I may have found the smoking gun. That wiring is really both corroded and it's too close to each other, and the sheath is coming off. So I'll clean that up before I put everything back together. Somebody's zip tie job may have caused problems with that. Regardless, I'll put that new motor on and keep our fingers crossed. The plot thickens. Yeah, I would say definitely there's an issue here. I'll see what I can do to fix that. Alright, so I'm definitely going to have to get a new wiring plug for this, but just trying to see if this is my issue. What I did is I got some liquid tape in and put that in there real good. I'll take a zip tie and put it around one of these to where they can't touch each other. That's what the issue was, is this zip tie being around that was putting pressure on it and obviously fried that. Now, I have checked all the fuses, and the fuses to the blower motor don't seem to be blown, but I may have to go look at those a little bit closer and make sure that doesn't have multiple fuses. But I'm going to try to just repair this, hook the new fan up, and keep my fingers crossed. All right, well, that was it. I guess lesson here is always expect the unexpected. What I did was I put these 2 zip ties on there just a knot to keep it to where they can actually touch each other. And then I've got the liquid tape down in there. I'll get online this afternoon and order a new connector, but I need my vehicle. So in the short term, I want to have this on there just to protect it. But all right, quick update. I've got everything put back together. This is the old equipment. I didn't even put this back on and try it after I kind of figured out the wiring issues, but I will probably just box it up and hang on to it for spare parts. But covers back all together. Hopefully this has been helpful for anybody who's kind of chasing some issues or just trying to do a simple swapping out the fan, blower motor, and or the resistor. Again, mine was just so cheap, it made sense to just swap them both, but I end up, mine was the wiring issue is ultimately what my issue was. So I did replace that connector. Good to go. Vehicle's running great. AC's ice cold, which is what I was after. If this has been helpful for you, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and feel free to comment on any of my posts.